I can't wait to see this. This Mario has been so clean.
Right out of the gate, we see the fireball, neutral air, and then a combo. Gooya definitely. Sometimes when a player gets in the grand finals with any kind of gap in between, you know, there's a cooling off period. And sometimes it takes like the first game, and it's like, all right, now I'm back in it. No, Gooya's like, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Look at this. All these up airs. The up special, not quite going to be enough, but he definitely took the lead right back in the cage.
That's what we were talking about earlier. Sometimes they can't.
And what did we say? He doesn't miss?
Mr. Ping's like, what are you going to do? I'm going to get on this stage. I'm going to do my normal get up. What do you mean? What? You going to burn me alive with a forward smash?
Right, it's just like we saw previously from Frost, just like, what are you going to do, stab me? It's like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Ooh, almost broke the shield. That could have been interesting. Big head mode.
There you go. Evens it pretty much right back up. Still not 8.8% here on Mr. Ping. So this game's still very doable for both of them. You got to remember, the waft is there. Mr. Ping has showed that he can use it. But again, hasn't been the most successful so far this today.
Neutral air, these low percentage combos for Wario is just insane right now. But Gooya on Mario, no slouch either. Showing his ability to rack some damage up.
Oh! That's the second time he's done that today. And boy, oh boy, is it still just as pretty as ever. Mr. Ping, gotta DI those out. Gotta make sure you aren't in the spot to get hit. And he's trying to go off the stage and almost fails.
I was a little worried there for Gooya. He's going to be able to ultimately get back on. Down air, not going to work for Mr. Ping. Command grab, connects, 91%. Gets the shoulder. He's like, hey, I ended a set before. Oh, go gadget on. No, not so much.
Yeah, not enough magnet hands here in this game. I don't remember seeing an air dodge. Maybe he could have air dodged to give himself that little bit of extra space, but unfortunately
he's
not
just
quite going to make it back.
Super upbeat right away.
Yeah, no jump. So Mr. Ping off here on the stage. Start paying attention for more of this switch that we were talking about with Gooya. You know, he had all the damage rack up, and now he's going to start going for these up smashes, these forward smashes, and disproportionate accuracy.
And Gooya's got to be concerned here, because if he throws out one of those forward smashes and Mr. Ping spot dodges easiest waft of his life, this game can end in the blink of an eye for Gooya.
Ooh, watch it! He misses the platforms there. He gets the tech roll and completely dodges out. Beautiful presence of mind coming out from Mario, and that's going to keep this game right on end. And Mr. Ping, without his ace in the hole, is now in a much rougher spot.
Make or break can be the waft, man. He read the roll, doesn't go for the waft, then misses it afterwards. Had the presence of mind to send the bike back to him, but it breaks. 86 to 121. Definitely close to kill range for both of these people.
Yeah, one smash attack could be it for either of these competitors here in game one, but Mr. Ping has got a long road ahead of him. He needs to win at least 6 games.
So far, this last stock scenario, Mr. Ping's done a really solid job of spacing some of these aerials out. Gonna need to do that. Gooya looking for the down air. That doesn't connect. Picks up the bike, throws it at him. And right now, both of these players are playing like there's a lot on the line, because there is the huge point swing here. Potentially, whoever comes away with this, gonna be big for the rest of the season.
Yeah, there it is. Beautiful coming out from Gooya. Gooya has so many kill options under his belt. He knows exactly what to do in what feels like every situation. He hasn't been going for the trump so far today, or at least not against this opponent, but Mr. Ping needs to be on notice. Maybe that's going to be something he saves for game 2 and 3 once he already has a big lead. I
think that was one of the first times we've seen Gooya like really take a measured approach to the neutral.
Yeah.
Most of the time he's just like, I'm nonstop nairing and up airing, and then forward smash out of nowhere. But that last part right there, you can tell he was giving Mr. Ping a lot of respect. He does find the option there on the down air. You don't see it a lot out of Mario's that had the presence of mind to do that, but it can kill as evidenced.
Yeah, one of my favorite ways to kill on a lot of stages that had the tri-platforms. You know, you look at Battlefield where you just get people up in the air, and then it catches so much as people are falling down. But the triple jab coming up from Mario, not going to be doing a whole lot of pressure to the shield, and Mr. Ping turns it right on around and has a small lead for the moment.
Pretty even game so far, though. What less can you know, I expect nothing less out of 2 really good players here in Colorado Springs. Anytime these up airs start connecting, we've seen it end in catastrophe for Mr. Ping.
Yeah, I mean, just, again, two very fundamental focused characters. If you can play one, you can pretty reasonably play the other. And, ooh, right there, as soon as the spot dodges so much damage, the up special is going to do it. Gooya going to be punishing a single spot dodge with an entire stock.
Said Mario can't do ladders anymore. Gooya is out here. He perfectly timed it. He waited on one of the up airs to get the reset. Just beautiful understanding of the frame data and what window he had. Executed.
There he goes, and now he can start racking things up. If he can get another stock super quickly. Oh my gosh, and right as I say it, Gooya with another spike. He doesn't need to go for these ledge trumps. He's got all the other tools in the book, and now Mr. Ping, he's got to be careful. He's going to have that waft available to play here pretty quickly.
Again, that's one of those instances where, like, you're sitting right next to the person that did it to you, and you're just like,
come on, man.
Like, really? But these combos, you see him go towards the side combo. Yeah, at that percentage, that command grab is going to take the stock, but Mr. Ping has a lot of work to do.
He really does. 0% on Gooya's second stock. Mr. Ping got 80% on his last. Got to be super careful. He does have waft available, so he will be able to go for these big opportunities to try and even up the stock count really quickly, but he's got to land them. He's really got to land them, Lauren.
And we saw Gooya miss the tech. Up air is going to punish that, but forward smash, by the way, the Gooya special. You kind of get lulled into this. You know, we're at this very quickly paced neutral. We're going back and forth. He's looking for up airs. He spiked my life off the side of the stage. I'm looking for these quick forward smash. Game over.
Yeah, exactly. Just like the switch, the Gooya switch. He just goes and turns it on, and suddenly your opponent's just off the stage, and we'll see what happens. We're going to the Kalos Pokemon League. We saw Mr. Ping go on this a couple of times before. It was had middling success. You know, it looked all right.
I think a large part of this is because of the spike potential. Again, if Mr. Ping is able to hang out at the center of the stage, it's very hard for Mario to sweep him all the way over there. And then there is the platform above the base level where he could potentially tech on that. So I do get the reasoning here, but you're putting yourself on an island. Like, you're like, I just have to raw win these neutrals. Mr. Ping hasn't always been able to do that.
Yeah, we're looking at a very similar spot once again. EVO, recent massive tournament, if you don't pay a lot of attention to Smash Esports. But this is looking like a very similar thing we saw. Tweak up 2-0 against MKLeo and Grands. MKLeo need to reset the bracket and won 6 games in a row in order to take home the title. Mr. Ping, he's not out of it. Like, these games have not been total blowouts, right? Mr. Ping has been losing, so is MKLeo.
Yeah, I mean, these definitely have not been extremely one-sided affairs. Mr. Ping changes up one thing here or there, gets an up smash or two like that. We could have a very different conversation about the grand finals, but so far, he is starting to rack up damage, so maybe this change in stage is the key.
Yeah, you've been seeing this bike getting thrown around quite a bit. Continuing to get thrown around. You got to be careful. I mean, bad guy once again.
Yeah, I was about to say, he floated out there about a hair longer than I expected if that was just going to naturally kill.
Yeah. So now Gooya down a stock at the moment. Some good pressure. Gooya.
You can tell Mr. Ping has a very good understanding of these 0% initial starters. If you tech here, I do this. If you don't, I can follow up. I keep the pressure on. Mr. Ping's been racking up a lot of 0 to 50%, doing just that.
Yeah, and I do really respect Gooya going for the up special so far up in the air. If he does catch it, definitely going to kill the Wario that high in the sky, but not quite going to catch it. Now Mr. Ping, going to just slap him right off the side, not landing on the ledge like I think he was expecting to.
Gooya was like, look out, fan. Oh, up smash. All right. Kalos. Hometown for Mr. Ping. But Gooya, he tried to be real fancy with the wall jump, and Mr. Ping was like, actually, slap.
Yeah, it's cute. Oh, going to be able to get out of that. No up tilt into the waft just quite yet. And he does get one right on back, but we got to remember, if Mr. Ping, if he wins this, he's still got a whole lot more. He's got to win 2 more games on Gooya's counter pick.
So would begin the mountain climb. This is a very precarious position for Gooya, though. Has to get through 2 stocks. Waft is going to be available, so at any potential moment, he needs 1 or 2 hits here, and he'll be at like 40, 50%. That's Waft territory for sure.
Absolutely. We'll see if he can do it, because Gooya seemed to bring this one back a little bit. Got 73%, got up to 80, and you know now, I mean, the Gooya switch has been flipped.
Throws out the flood in neutral, just shake things. Oh! If he caught that forward,
There it is. No, he went the wrong way.
oof.
I don't know who to credit for that. I don't know if that was Gooya just being super smart, but that one is entirely Mr. Ping as he finds the 2-frame once again and knocks Mario right off the side of the stage.
What did the 5 fingers say to the face? Slap. You never heard that? I mean,
I'm sure I have. I was just taken so off guard.
Wario got that hand out to him, for sure. I mean, one thing that we've seen for Mr. Ping, a lot of momentum, a lot of low percentage combos. He's very devastating on that front. These wafts, he would be all the more dangerous if he was able to connect these consistently and close out stocks with them.
Yeah. Here we go. Mario choosing to go back to the Hazards Smashville. You know, it's not super different, but the platform is going to move, and he's going to be able to rack up some percent right here. Just classic combos, and oh, missing the command grab, instead facing the wrong direction.
You know, the more I see this Hazard version, I really like this. I think it adds an interesting element without being necessarily cheesy or anything. But another even. Oh, no!
You see him on the right there. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't get tilted. You got to just keep playing.
Yeah, I wonder, he had to have been trying to air dodge up to just grab the ledge immediately, but not quite going to be able to do it, and ends up giving up a stock, and Gooya's switch is going to be in a tough spot for him to actually go for it. We saw that earlier, lands on the platform, good awareness of where it exactly was.
I think that SD definitely could be the beginning of game number 5, just because Wario, you know, if you fall behind in stocks against Wario and he hasn't had to use Waft at all, like, it just becomes that much more dangerous, because anytime you load into the map with 3 stocks, but you kind of have 2.
Yeah.
You kind of have 2 against Wario.
But Mr. Ping's got to land it. Oh, look at this. He is getting close to the waft percentage, and there you go. The down smash doing a little breakdance.
Only 47%, extremely doable to tie this back up. Dash attack, Mr. Ping's not trying to see that happen, though. There's the up air and the remix, 99%. Gooya needs to get this offense going.
I think he can do it. We do got the balloons coming through. Almost never relevant, but still cute. You know, whenever you see it coming through. There's some easy low percentage combos coming out from Gooya this time around. And now Mr. Ping trying to turn it right back around as he gets caught out. Once again, beautiful spacing from Gooya to dodge away from all of the tilts coming out from this Wario.
Mr. Ping's got to watch out for flood, things like the cape when he used that bike to get back on stage. Real close to those blast zones here on this stage in particular. Fireball starting to become more of an element, another tool getting used.
Yeah, I mean, you got it. When you're up this much percent, when you're on your second stock against a Wario, good catch. Not quite going to do it quite yet. But Gooya got to be willing to use his more defensive tools in order to get this damage. And again, not quite going to do it, but 86%, that's definitely Fireball territory.
For sure. I mean, again, that's one of those instances where you're not looking for the stock. You're looking for as much damage as you can. Solid back air connects, sends Gooya down to the last stock, potentially paving the way for game number 5. Huge damage. We've seen it happen time and time again. Alpha 0%, 46 already.
Yeah, now Gooya's got to be completely unnoticed. The waft still hasn't been used. He's got to find this stock quick, and then he's got to be ready to go because there's an entire another one behind it. Mr. Ping is in a fantastic position to potentially try and get this, and there it is.
Get them hands up.
Yeah, Gooya looked a little bit shook after that game, after he SD'd. Just air dodged to his death, and that's definitely something that his opponent is happy to take. You know, anytime you give me a stock, gonna get those circuit points, gonna get those cash dollars in order to try and make your way to the rest of it. But one more time, he's got one more counter pick available to him before they go to set 2.
SDs are always two-pronged in competitive play, because like the warrior in you's like, I want an even match. I want to feel like I've bested my opponent. I thrive on that sense of competition. But on the other hand, you're like, we take
Captain Falcon.
That is an interesting Mario skin.
Yeah. You know, it's definitely got a bunch of up airs, but I'm surprised at the switch. He was playing quite well. Maybe he just felt so shook with the Mario and not comfortable doing it any further. And Almost got that forward smash.
Well, I think we're about to see the justification of this move because we've seen how often Gooya is able to pull off these ladder combinations and whatnot. In the hands of a player like that with Captain Falcon, like, we could see some real grimy play.
Yeah, got to be careful. Now, Mr. Ping, all of his air dodgers got to be super calculated because if you air dodge at the wrong time, you're going to take a knee to the face, and that could be it. Even at, 60%, you take it off stage, you're just dead.
Command grab connects, sends Gooya off to the side. Captain Falcon.
Whoa.
Whoa! Goes for the spicy Falcon kick. That's going to get punished.
Yeah, definitely an interesting option to go for. I want to see how effective it actually is, because that doesn't seem like something he hasn't practiced. Definitely feels like something he's very used to doing. And I know that Ganondorf used to do it quite a bit as a big shield break option. Whoa! That killed!
From the center stage. 140% after the hit. Wario. Okay.
All right, back to an even game. Game 5, 2-2 apiece. 2 stocks to each of them. Got to be careful. Once again, we always got to talk about it. Mr. Ping and the gimmick, I suppose, of the waft always available. And Gooya got to be careful. He's got a much bigger hurt box he's got to pay attention to whenever he's near this Wario. Harder to get out.
Back air into the grab. Definitely has a firm handle on how to play this character, and neutral gets another grab. Throws him off to the side. Bike comes out, trying to shake up the return to stage. Almost worked. Gooya's keeping the pressure on. Oh! Yeah, we're going to take those. I like the long con read. Mr. Ping has been doing a good number of rolls, but you leave yourself out there for some pretty rough plays.
There we go. Gooya going to be in a tough spot, has an entire stock to make up at this point, and that's going to be able to pick up one of them. 49% left as we get into Game 5, last stock between these two competitors. It's going to be a while before the waft comes right back on up, but Mr. Ping, it looks like he's just going to be able to get a little bit more percent, and now you're starting to look at a big slap.
The pressure is on so much right now for Gooya. So far behind in percent on the last stock of Mr. Ping. Wins this. Is it going to be enough? Not yet. Gooya does.
Wait. He Raptor boosted like instantly.
Well, I was trying to say, last stock, Game 5, if I'm Gooya and I lose that and I'm looking at the reset, this is going to be a very interesting moment because we've seen Gooya look very dominant all night on Mario. Goes to Game 5. It looks like Mr. Ping may have figured out that matchup. He relents for the first time. Comes off the Mario, moves to Captain Falcon, and then loses Game 5 like that. As far as mental fortitude, mentality has such a huge impact on competitive Smash Ultimate. I want to see where the resolve is because, it's hard to shake a situation like that off.
It really is, and now you got to win 3 more games. You were only 1 game away, and now so far, Mr. Ping has won 3 in a row, but look how far off the stage they are. No flood this time instead. Both going to be able to make it back. But already, just going right on back to Hazard Smashville.
I don't think this. I think Kalos had a big impact, but for the most part, these have just been 2 evenly matched players going at it, and the stage hasn't had too much of an impact. So, if I'm Gooya, it's like, okay, I just randomly side B. I'm not too worried about the stage right now. But you're not going to Kalos.
Yeah, I wonder what he's been banning to allow Mr. Ping to actually go to that stage, because it seems to be the only one that he's been having a ton of outsized success. But now they got to be careful. This moving platform, both of these characters have a back throw that will kill if that's off the side of the stage.
Looking for the dash attack. Doesn't find that. Finds a back throw for his trouble, though. 155% back on the Mario.
There you go. He did go for a trump. Didn't quite land it. Mr. Ping, very aware of that trick. And turn it right around.
It was like 70 to 150 there for a moment or two there, and suddenly Gooya's on his second stock. He does even it back up, but it just speaks to the burst damage and combo potential of Mr. Ping at every stage.
There we go. Another bread and butter coming up from Gooya. Getting that almost every single time that they have gone up at 0%. Again, these two are so even, especially now that Gooya is a little bit off his game. He's playing a little bit more defensive, and he knows that he can't afford to have another set like the one that just happened.
I love seeing play at this level, this consistently. Super Smash Thursdays, home to a lot of great Smash Ultimate play. Get your friends involved. Like, this is a grand finals reset off of two very evenly matched players. If you love watching Smash Ultimate, like, this is a keen example on why this is such a great game.
And here we go, trying to show that Gooya is actually the better of the two. He's going in, he's getting a little bit of damage, and now he finally finds the grab. These two have been going back and forth in neutral without finding a whole lot, and now finding a couple of grabs finally gives Gooya the lead once again. Start looking for that forward smash, back throw off the stage.
Gooya's just been really trying to slow this down. I think we're seeing a big change in his mindset. Earlier tonight, I think he'd be going more for down throws and following up with up airs, but now he's like, I'm just trying to keep you off the stage. I'm trying to keep you in disadvantage because these neutral exchanges haven't always been going my way.
And now he's got, he started throwing out all these smashes. Ooh. There he goes, just runs up and up smashes. That'll kill in a couple percent. Probably next one should do it, but Mr. Ping, gotta be a little bit careful. He does have the waft available, and now both these two players could very easily lose their second stock. And, ooh, just barely gonna make it back.
Reaches the arm out there to get to the ledge. Gooya real interested in getting this last stock. Going for the down air. Mr. Ping gets around that, gets back into neutral, tries to keep him back with the back airs. Another back air from Gooya. Won't connect. Both of these players just jockeying for position right now.
Yeah, this is kind of looking a little bit like one of the previous games that these guys played, where they're playing so patient, but instead both just willing to throw out all these big moves because they both know they have another stock in the tank. And Mr. Ping still hasn't thrown out the waft just quite yet. He does have it available, so Gooya, it says he has 2 stocks, but that might not be the case.
And Mr. Ping strikes me as the type of player, he's going to get this second stock the old-fashioned. Like, he's very confident in his capabilities to close out stocks. We're talking about the Grand Finals reset for a reason. Back air is going to do it. Only a 7.8% lead. Definitely the right call to keep the waft.
Yeah, here we go. There's a couple of up tilts, but the moving platform means it's too hard to actually go for it. Back and forth, they both go, and they're both looking for an opportunity, but Gooya gotta be careful. If he picks the wrong move, that's it.
Refried beans. He read the roll. The moment that roll came out, Mr. Ping was already like, all right, my bands are.
It's exactly right. You throw the bucket and just go.
Mid-roll, he's giving his bands whatever for that next game.
But here we go, going back to Town and City. Again, a much larger stage. A little bit surprising to me that Gooya is choosing to go here. He's looking at a bunch of different characters. He's seen the Mario, we've seen the Captain Falcon, and now he's going for the Bowser.
Bowser? Okay. I mean, I don't know Gooya enough to know, how deep his character pool goes.
Is it a kiddie pool or is it an ocean?
I mean, get your snorkel. Deep enough.
So far, we've seen one move coming out of Gooya. It's been up special a couple times, and now he's got to get himself back to the stage because he's just getting run for a ride. This is part of the problems with all these heavy characters is they can really struggle because they are combo food.
Right, Gooya really trying to reach into the bag of tricks here to break out the Bowser. And if you can set up reliable offense and find these forward smashes, Wario heavy enough to not die to that, but a lot of characters would be back at 0% right now. If he can keep the offense going, easily will be able to justify the Bowser pick. Otherwise, Mr. Ping is going to be comboing him left, right, and center.
Yeah, the other thing that's a bit surprising to me is going for the Bowser on this stage because the blast zones are so close to the platform. Your extra weight not going to be doing a whole lot of good. And even there with the Bowser throw, not going to have an opportunity to knock him off.
Right in the back of the face. Just got him.
Able to find it with so many of these up specials, just getting a little bit of damage, but that one not quite connecting. And because it doesn't connect, he's taken 64% for it.
Mr. Ping, time and time again, we've seen his Wario just, you're at 0%, you're at 50%. Another instance just now. Charizard impersonation.
Yeah, it does a lot more damage from Charizard, though. Luckily, the bike was there to prevent too much damage from coming through. Slap not quite going to be there. And we saw Gooya was able to land that forward smash. So both these guys, I almost want to say, are at lethal percents. Ooh.
Hanging out there. Send that slow breaking ball over the plate. It's going to get swung on.
Yeah, DBZ, both of them going back and forth and flying. But look how careful Mr. Ping has to play. He knows even at 90%, Bowser does not mess around. He has a lot of knockback and just walks right on up and up smashes him.
You can actually see Gooya look back. He's like, yeah, I got him. How often do you see a Bowser just run up and up smash?
It's that Mario, right? Some instincts die hard. Now he's got another bike, trying to find the back air. Not quite going to find it. Oh, man. Going for the down air. That's going to get punished.
Throws out the bike.
Nope.
Adjust the return a bit. Sets it up for Mr. Ping to get that second stock. 53%. As many times as we've seen Mr. Ping rack up this kind of damage effectively right now, we're looking at an even game.
Yeah.
Oh, no. And you called it out. The stage horizontally, you're not getting value off of being the heaviest character in the game.
Not at all. And now Mr. Ping, he's won 5 games in a row. Trying to do his best MKLeo impression, just needs to win one more. And Gooya, we said it before, he is looking shook. He's switched characters twice. Neither of them have worked out for him. And on his last counter pick, potentially his last counter pick, he's going to Pokemon Stadium. Oh, never mind. It looks like he's trying to switch things up a little bit. They remember they still are playing with the hazards on.
Yep.
There you go.
I mean, it's kind of looking tweak-ish. I'm not going to lie. Now, we were talking about the idea of mental fortitude going into the Grand Finals reset. We've seen the Captain Falcon. That didn't necessarily work out in Game 5 at the reset. Goes back to Mario. Doesn't work. Breaks out the Bowser. And it's just like, it just feels like Gooya's just throwing anything at the wall to see what will stick. And he's hanging his hat on winning first place tonight on Bowser.
Now look at that, 34% off of one Flame Breath, but instantly matched by all the damage coming through from Mr. Ping. And Bowser has a tough time kind of dealing with these people going so far in the air. He doesn't have a great jump, doesn't have a great way to approach all of these super high options. And now 114%. Ooh, is going to be able to make it back, but it's super close.
Didn't get hit with the very end of that. That could have made for a very interesting situation. Dash attack keeps Gooya in the disadvantaged state. Forward air, one of the best moves Bowser has in the overall bag of tricks.
Ooh.
And the run-up smash.
Let's see what else he's got in the bag. Another up special coming through. Yeah, it's pretty safe, but I mean, big punishes come through. Just got to make sure you don't just hit the shield, because then Gooya's going to have an opportunity to do that every single time. But now, a couple dash attacks, not quite going to take it. Going to put him on the ledge. Down air is going to knock Mr. Ping and reverse the situation.
Yeah, that quick downward movement is not something that Mr. Ping's really dealt with at all tonight, so I do see some instances where he goes for the edge guard, gets punished to that extent. Another up smash. If that connected, that probably would have been the stock. Down air, gets the first one off of Gooya.
Yeah, and we saw the first up smash of 2 right there. One of them, you know, he's using the tough guy. You can't get knocked back until a certain percent, and some jabs just never knock you whatsoever. So 65%. This game is going right back and forth between these two guys, but start looking for the Bowser Bomb as a big opportunity, but he needs to do it from the stage.
Does he have his jump? He does. Save that. Gets the quick roll on. Gets around the down tilt. Still eats the shoulder. All the same. Very even game so far.
Gooya got to get back to stage right now. Slap, not quite to make it, but the Bowser Bomb.
Doesn't get the right hitbox. Side B, off the platform. Puts a little bit of English on it. Hooks to the left. Got him.
There you go, as he goes in. Now, it is important to remember that the person who has lower percent is the one who actually controls Bowser's side B when you're coming back down. So Gooya, knowing he had it, able to go right on up to the platform and takes down Mr. Ping with the extra height. Gotta be careful. 154% on this Bowser is still going to be a spot where you got to be careful. Wario has a lot of killing options. That one almost did it.
Now this is a stage where being Bowser works out for you. 182%, taking a solid shot from Wario. You're still talking about your stock. Bowser's a thick lad.
Oop.
That's going to do it.
Yeah, that'll do it. A little bit wild, little reckless there with the up special, but now Mr. Ping still got the waft. 40%, 0% on Gooya. We said having 3 stocks is effectively like having 2. We'll see if Mr. Ping can make that come true.
A lot of air mobility here out of the Wario. Here, have the bike. Here, have it again.
Have it again.
It's like going for 3. Going for 3. Neutral air, shielded, gets punished. Up B in the response. Gooya, tournament life on the line here.
All right, watch out for the waft. Definitely at a spot.
Mistletoe drop kick.
Right to the face, right to the dome, knocks him right off, and stops the potential 6-0 coming out from Mr. Ping instead. He's going to have an opportunity to turn things around 2-1, and we got at least one more game underneath our belts, everyone. Colorado Springs is so close right now between these two competitors, and the bows are finally paying off.
Colorado Springs is always one of my favorite places to watch here at Super Smash Thursdays because they never disappoint in having amazing games to watch. Gooya forces our game number 4 in the grand finals reset, denies the prophecy. He's like, I'm not going 0-6. I can't go out like that.
Yeah, he's got to be careful, though. A couple of the wild up specials. That one was good. You already hit the shield, so now you have an opportunity to turn things around. Definitely an interesting game between these two. Such different styles of play between these two characters.
Combo food. On the other side of it, though, Bowser, I get a forward smash on you. You're dead at 60.
Yeah, some characters even lower than that. On this stage, if you get like a shield break or something, that down special is known for doing that. If you have an opportunity to do that,
you're out.
Yeah, you're gone.
Hope you have another stock. But another.
Oh no, Gooya! Why you gotta do it to him like that?
Was that a teabag I just saw?
I think so.
Might be feeling pretty good about things right now, but Gooya was on that turnbuckle for a while, charging that drop kick. Like he was. I'll wait.
Ooh, downer. Not quite gonna make it. A lot of damage.
Real slippery on Bowser right now.
All right, let's see if he can get another stock lead before Mr. Ping has access to the waft. He's got a lot of damage already coming through, but the bites, those big choppers.
Like yoink. Neutral air dodge. I was about to say it doesn't get punished. Mr. Ping's like, yeah, actually.
You know, I'll consider it. I can pencil you in, I suppose.
Yeah.
Now Mr. Ping coming right on back. This game dead on even, less than 1% between the two, and
oh. Probably, yeah, that's a misinput if I've ever seen one. Here comes the bike. Here comes the response on the aerial. Bowser's like, no.
Ooh, wait.
Read the spot dodge or just is in YOLO mode?
Yeah, I think he knew. That was the patience we saw earlier from Gooya, just waiting. He knew that his opponent had to pick a defensive option, so he just holds on and potentially breaks the shield with up smash. Instead, just gets killed with a big fist to the face.
Yeah, the angle that he had to take to try to get back on the ledge, he was gonna be hanging out there, and Mr. Ping's not gonna leave those on the table.
Not at all, but this game number 4, Mr. Ping taking a lot of damage, and look at that, 70%, 100% on this Wario, just coming off of 3 moves, 2 breaths, and 2 up smashes. It's all it's going to take for Gooya to take us to game 5 of the reset.
I mean, Gooya is breaking out, you know, the old classic, the reverse sweep. Like, You lose 3 in grand finals on winner's side. You go for the, you're in the reset.
Yeah.
You're going into game 3 on the verge of going 0-6, and you're like, actually, no, I'm just going to bring it back. I'm just going to bring it all the way back. Game 5, Colorado Springs, Super Smash Thursdays. We're doing it big here in week 5.
And final destination, what better stage could we possibly ask for between these two players? Here we go,
Roasts.
Some good damage. Look at that, 57%.
Looking
94.
like chestnuts on the open fire. 94, 109 back air, drop kick. Gooya's awake.
Oh my gosh, the 0 to death coming through, using the bike to make sure he gets the late hit, the hit as you come back on down, catches Mr. Ping, and then the back air. Beautiful. We'll see if Mr. Ping can do it right on back. He hasn't taken any damage out in his second stock, but as soon as I say it, I curse it.
I mean, he still has to feel very good about his chances of getting a reverse sweep. Up B, easy damage. You hit my shield, you're going to pay for it. 90%. We got to try to get back in the game somehow. Up B, back air. And oh no.
But no response from the players. None at all.
Yeah, they're stoic right now. I would seem upset if I'm Mr. Ping. Potentially last stock. After the SD, Mr. Ping has to dig deep. Now, he does have the waft. He does get the easiest forward smash of his career.
See if Gooya gives him another one.
Still doable.
Still very doable. It is Wario. The big waft is always available.
Oh.
Be careful, man. He's able to get out and get a lot of damage. Just the one clap, 34%. Not going to actually get as much as I was expecting.
I think being that close to the ledge stopped a lot of the follow chase potential to get that 50, sometimes 60%. Gets around the fire breath, eats the bike, leaves himself out there. If I'm Mr. Ping, I'm probably burning the waft.
Yeah, I gotta be careful at this point.
You gotta get this stock off.
Get himself to the place where he can actually start looking at the last stock. You gotta make sure you don't give too much rage to the Bowser. Is this it? Ooh, he's Ghost Vic. He does get the up tilt. That was not the waft. That was the up air. Coming out from Gooya, the reverse sweep, double game 5 in both Grand Finals and the Grand Finals reset. So many